Lots of jars. Lots of Halloween out here. DVDs. More Halloween. They love their Halloween. Let's see. These are just boxes. This is stuffed animals. Some more Halloween. Brand new sweatshirts. Some unmentionables. And stuff over here. This is some more clothing. See what's in here. Sheets. Lots of boots. And that's about it for out here. All right. We came up here to the stage, look around. This is a really interesting ball. It's made in Turkey. All right. Look at the Halloween. So I want to get this tote of clothes for Sarah, if I can. I want to get this tote of Halloween for myself. And a lot of this is a little bit newer than I like, but I like these three plates. The one has a chip in it. I like this big pumpkin head guy here. And either that cat or that cat. I have to talk to my one friend and see what they say. But there's some really neat items in here. Lots of new stuff here. Soaps. It's like Beekman stuff. I'll have to look into that. I like that tea towel. What's this one over here? Some Easter tea towels. We'll see about those. Just lots of new bedding. Not really up my alley. Over here, some newer kitchen things. Oh, I love these. The diffusers. Oh, they smell good. I like those. I always like these candles. They always do really well for me. Oh, that smells Christmassy. Maybe those. I have enough of those. Lots of hankies. We'll see about those. Those are the Poopery sprays. You know me, I like my art pottery. Oop. we'll see about some of that. Lots of Princess House over here. It's not really my thing, but it sells pretty well. What's over in this neck of the woods here? That is an interesting piece. Little uranium glass. Uh-oh. You know I can't pass up a tote of those. I think that's what my buddy wants. We'll go take a look at the front here. Ooh, maybe I'll get this for Sarah. She needs a teapot. Lots of makeup down here. Fendi. It's a shame. These are a lot of creams, and I think a lot of them are no good. Essential oils. Chanel perfume. But again, I don't know. There's lots of perfumes here. Skin balm. Lots of lotions and potions. Let's go check out the box really. It's the furniture. Oh, nice little rattan shelves. Some nice porch rockers. A really nice bike. He's a little scary. He's got a screw coming out of his multiple places. Old lockers. Somebody like to do puzzles. See here, a little picture of the doors of Mechanicsburg. I actually bought a bunch of stuff out of that house. And then some, well, it's sold. Let's go check the box out. What do we got out here today? All sorts of miscellaneous items. There's an owl. Those are good to keep the groundhogs and squirrels and birds out of your garden. And there's a groundhog cage back there. We just bought one the other day. All sorts of saddles, a kayak. lawnmowers. Keg. Saw. All right, let's go inside. Well, that was a very interesting auction. What made it interesting was you saw the Halloween stuff that was there. You saw the perfumes and lotions. There was one individual there who I've seen once or twice before. I don't know if she's all there. She was walking around telling everybody her grandmother sent her to buy this, her grandmother sent her to buy that, and she was probably my age or a little older, so it was questionable. But she really caused a scene at the auction. She was sitting in a row. Long story short, she was sitting in a row. The gentleman behind her, who's a regular, was watching something on his phone, and it wasn't very loud, because if it's loud, if we hear people on their phones or their phones go off and it's causing a distraction for the auctioneer, we do go over and tell them to stop, because it's hard to do the calling when you got somebody watching something or talking on the phone or whatever. So we didn't even hear it. And she turned around and said she was too busy trying to concentrate on what she needed to bid on, so could he please go outside or turn it off. And I don't think it was said quite that nice. So long story short, she ended up moving into the front row, and from that point on, everything that the runners brought up, she had to go through and look at, and said she didn't know they were selling this or didn't know we were selling that. She told the one runner that she was making her angry because she was bidding on stuff that she wanted. And I just kind of chuckled. I bought a tote of clothes, which we'll see, for Sarah. And she was literally going through it, you know, like, and I'm thinking, we opened the doors an hour and a half before we start the sale. You were here. Why aren't you looking at this stuff ahead of time? I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons why. And then at one point she was bidding as she was walking out of the building. And the auctioneer stopped and said, is she still bidding? Do I have to wait for her to come back in? What's going on? Total weird thing. But a lot of the Halloween stuff she paid crazy money for, or my friend who bought some of it for herself, she had to pay crazy money for it. The few things that I got, the tote, we'll get into it, but the big orange tote that you saw under the table, there was a couple things in there. This cute little guy was at the bottom of them, which I like, so he's gonna stay with me for Halloween. He's new. This cool Beetlejuice, that was there, and this old hag snake oil was there too, so that was pretty cool. But the tote is filled with a bunch of these 90s candelabra things. There's some that are loose like this, there's some that are in the original packaging like this one. There's a couple skulls in the original packaging, some not. I'm probably going to keep enough of the pumpkin heads to do the windows in the front of the house, and a couple of the skulls for here and there, and then the rest of them are going to get sold because there's a ton of them, and I just don't need them. So that was in there. Also in that tote was this amazing pink, and it needs a little work, pink aluminum tree. This is from the 80s or 90s. There was a local department store here in the area called the Bon-Ton, and I know this came from the Bon-Ton display because when they went out of business, I went over and I bought all the ones that they had, which was pink, lime green, and purple. So we used them in the shop at Christmas time on all the displays and everything. So when we get to Christmas, we'll be sure to show you. but that was in there too. Oh, and this lovely little yarn wreath with the spider vein in the middle. I thought that was kind of cute. It needs a little loving, so I gotta work on it. But there's some spiders, very cute. So that was in that tote. Oh, one last thing. This very unusual plastic haunted house. I've never seen one of these before. It's probably from the 70s or 80s. It lights up, but I thought that would be cool to put out at Halloween. So now I'm officially finished. That's all that was in the tote. Other Halloween decor I got. One of the things I liked was this cat here, and I'm pretty sure this might be a Department 56 piece. It's very cool. The little witch hat comes off. It's a newer piece. It's not super old, but it's got that cool look. My friend got off it, and I was like, at that point, a little annoyed with the lady. The crazy lady, we'll call her. So I bid on it, and I won it. I think I paid like, and it came with this one too. This is a newer piece. It's got a little tail. It stands up like that. This is from Simply Fall, so I'm assuming this is like AC Moore or Michaels or something. I'll probably get rid of this one. I'm not a fan of it, so we'll see. But this guy I'm gonna keep. I think I paid like, I'm gonna shock you here. I think I paid like $30 for the both of them. So, but I made up on it because she left the room, and I picked up a tray lot, which included this hairy, what is that? Slatkin. It's a bowl or a candle. It's made by a candle company. Apparently this is a really rare one. So I was super excited to grab it, but look at the face. So I got that. I got the little 3 plates, even though the one's got a chip on it. I still love these little plates. I think they're gonna look cool on the coffee table at Halloween. They're newer, they're probably from the 90s, 2000s. And then I picked up this, it came on the tray, this art piece with this crazy man with his mouth sewn shut. This was actually made by the person's estate's son. It's got the last name on it. I'm not gonna say the name out of privacy, but he's kind of cool, kind of creepy, so yeah. Halloween related, I also got a tray lot of the Slatkin candles and diffusers, and these are they're called Midnight Moon reed diffusers. I got 2 of them, so those we'll see. I might keep one, I might sell one. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm always worried about tipping the diffuser over or bumping into it and it going everywhere, and then everything smells. But I did pick up this, what is it? Anthropology fig tree candle. I don't think it's ever been used. And I got another candle from Bath & Body Works, which is packed up right now, headed to the beach. So that's what I got from the Halloween stuff. What I'm gonna do is do a quick reset, pull everything else over, and we'll be with you in 1 second. All right, so we got everything else up here, minus the clothes. That'll be the last part of the video. So, where to start? Okay, so as you saw, there were some hankies in that lot. I got those. I had to pay a little bit more than I really wanted to pay for them, but these were some nice ones. They'll sell pretty well. This one's kind of cute. The roses and flowers. I usually do them in lots, just because they sell better that way for me, and I don't like fooling around with, you know, mailing out one hanky. So as you can see, there's all sorts of them. So I got those. I'm gonna put these over here. They also came with a couple tea towels. we have enough tea towels here, so I'll probably take these down and use them at the beach because we always are looking for tea towels. So got those. I showed you the room diffusers that I got from the Slatkin and Company. And I also got these 2 Christmas candles. These are the big ones. So they're 4 wick actually. And these are called Fireside Christmas Tree. And I'll burn these at Christmas time. I always like to have candles going, and especially in the winter and the fall. It just makes the winter blues a little less dramatic when you got a candle burning and smelling good. So I picked those up. It also came with the Poo-Pourri spray. So there's like 8 of these things that it came with. They've never been used. So probably take some of these into the store. We always like to have these in the bathrooms because sometimes in a retail establishment, people say, do you have a restroom? And you say yes, and they leave you a surprise with a lovely odor. So we always like to leave these out so that people see them, and we try to avoid that, if you get my drift. But the other thing we got was some Le Creuset. So there's 2 packs of these ramekins. I think there's 4 ramekins in each pack. They're yellow. Le Creuset. They came from Home Goods. And actually, these have a little bit of a good sell-through rate online because I guess you can't always get them. So there's 2 of those. There's this little yellow baker and this big red pie plate baker. They're all stoneware. So they should sell pretty well. I have plenty of bakeware, so I don't think we need anything here. So yeah, we'll get those online. Now they may be a while. There's some things going on in the works, so if you're interested in any of this stuff, leave me a comment down below, and when I get back into the normal swing of things with listing and everything, I will make sure I let you know. I'll make a list, and trust me, when it's on a list, I follow through. So I also bought a tray lot. Woo! These candles are strong. It's funny how strong they are when they're not burning, but then when you burn them, they have a much milder smell. So it's interesting. But I bought the tray lot of pottery. I showed you some pieces on the tables that I really liked. Got this nice pitcher. And I do really well with this art pottery in the shop. Even online sometimes I do really well, but I always do a little display in the store on one of the shelves, and people pick it up. But if you see something that you can't live without, like this amazing basket, and unfortunately I'm not really good at deciphering any of these signatures, but if you see something like this that you really like, leave me a comment down below. Before I put it in the shop, I'll give you first crack at it. But even this cool one here that's a purple color, purple blue color, just a nice little crock, and I picked those up. I also picked up this giant bin of doilies. There's a couple sets of pillowcases in here, like this one and these, but there's just tons of doilies in here, just piles of them. And you know, I like to sell these in groupings, so I'm gonna have a good set of doilies, a good amount of doilies right now. So like I said, when I get back into the swing of things, of listing things, when we get back, then I will probably do lots of these, because I'm telling you, I do lots of 50 at a time, and I might do anywhere from 5 to 8 lots at a time, and they just go right out the door. Not even a couple days, they're gone. So those will be going up. So now I'm going to grab the clothes so I can show you what Sarah got, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Stay tuned. All right. So have this tote of clothing over here that I picked up for Sarah. Like I said, there was a interesting character. Well, let's just be honest, she was crazy. They brought it up, and I'll show you how it looked. So it was like this, and they held up this and another piece or two pieces, and like I said, she just started. So it was kind of annoying. So the price went up and up and up, and then finally she got the hint and stopped. I don't know, she just didn't seem interested. She seemed to have moved on to the next thing in the line before they even sold this. So start off with this. This is an amazing Pendleton, and you can see it's an older piece, cape in the red and green plaid. This probably will go to Brimfield in September, and it'll sell pretty quick. Pendleton always does really well for us. So something new we've learned is Victoria's Secret from the 90s does really well for us. So this is a robe. It's got some pretty embroidery work. A lot of this was purchased and never worn. We got this other nightwear set from the 80s. It's called Val Mode. Still has the original price tag on it. Never worn. It's in this purple color. We got this other. It's a Victoria's Secret 3-piece pajama set from the 90s with the price tag still on it, and never worn, on the original plastic hanger. So that's something she'll enjoy. This I think is probably from the 70s or the 60s, late 60s, early 70s. It's a nightgown and bathrobe set in this very fun pattern. No label. Well, I shouldn't say that. Let me look and see. Maybe there is a label. Oh, I was wrong. It's a Vanity Fair. So probably from the late 60s or early 70s. But very fun pattern. Here is a Valerie Stevens silk robe from the 90s. And this paisley print with the big sleeves. So that should do really well for Sarah. Here's another Victoria's Secret set from the 90s. Robe and nightgown, never worn, in this pinkish red color. It's a big robe. This lovely Victoria's Secret set from the 90s, again, with the blue cut work, never worn. The receipt from Victoria's Secrets. Looking for a date here. This is some 1990. This pajama set here that was never worn. Still has the original tags on it. This is pretty cool. This is a Victoria's Secret bed jacket from 1992, February 14th, Valentine's Day of 1992. So there's this bed jacket in this bright pink color with a matching top, camisole with black trim. There's a black suede skirt and outfit here from the 90s that never was worn. There was a black velvet jacket here with I call them the Oriental style buttons that was never worn. Trying to get to the bottom of it here. Another black suede skirt and jacket that was never worn. A black kind of over jacket, it's velvet. Another jacket that's exactly the same as the one I just pulled out. Same brand and everything. And then this fun 90s red leather blazer and skirt, and it's Joyce Stafford. So Sarah should have fun with this stuff. As far as the clothes, if you see anything that you need or like, leave a comment down below, and I'll let Sarah handle that part, since she does all the pricing and shipping for the store when it comes to the clothing. If you like the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because it helps me out and it helps you out, and it lets you know when I'm putting new content out and when a new video's hit the floor, just to keep things interesting. So thank you for tuning in. I gotta go put all this stuff back and make sure it gets to Sarah, and then we've got a plethora of other things going on today. So have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.